Hi, fellow traders. Wish I had better news today, but today was another red day. Starting out the month of April with a bang. But, I had two red days in a row at the beginning of March. And, we see how March turned out. So I'm not beating myself up about it. It's, I have to adapt again to the market, just like I did several weeks ago, or a little over a month ago. I had to adapt and take profits, a little bit quicker and take more off at the first profit stop, to make money. And that was how I adapted, and really gonna have to adapt again. I don't know really, how to adapt to this other than just take less profit again and just maybe scalping, until the market comes around. But, I don't want to change anything. I don't want to make any drastic changes because the last 18 months has really been incredible. And I really don't want to change anything that I've done. But I was out most of the morning, and that should have kept me out of the market. But I guess I had trading fever. I just had to take a trade. And I think there was one bottom reversal, a good bottom reversal that hit right as I was coming back. And I missed it, because I was just cutting everything on and just kind of getting back in the groove of things. And, a lot of the high dollar stickers, Tesla and Amber, and you got a lot of the higher dollar tickers moving. I just don't have the buying power right now to even trade those, so I'm not even looking at them. But it seems like that's where the moves are. So, I may have to go back to, just buying 300 shares and trying to get a two couple points out of it. That seems like that might be the way to go, now with the market the way it is. So, I mean, I don't have a problem doing that. I did do that in the past, but if that's what it takes, that's kind of what it takes. But HAL was my only trade today. I was watching it. It hit our reversal scanner, and I was looking at this 200 right here. And even though we had this level up here, I respect the 200 moving average, a lot more than I respect a level of daily support or resistance. And that's just, the feeling I get, from trading and my setups. So I respect it a little bit more. So this is what I was looking to take the trade off of. In hindsight, I should have used this 34.49 level. 34.50 is a half dollar magnet. Um, lining those two things up was probably where I needed to be, especially when it breached this 200 here and tested this. But I was just so concerned that it would fail to fade this 200 when it pulled back. I didn't take it. I waited until it lost the 200 and confirmed on the 2 minute that it lost it. Here, let's see, right here, because I've got this lower low in this candle. It did push up a little bit, but it faded right back. So it was a good entry. I felt using the 200 as my stop, but I didn't get to move down to the 9 moving average. In hindsight, I should have taken it off here at the 34.20s when I saw it having issues here, but was a little bit stubborn. I wanted more, out of it. I wanted the 9, and the next candle printed, the 9 started. This shifted. This pivoted right here. Up until this point, the 9 looked relative like it was about to flatten out. As soon as this candle opened, it pivoted and it started that trek up. And yeah, smart money would have got out, took a little bit of profit I had, but that wasn't the plan. That wasn't what I had in mind. And, that would have been even though I would have booked some money, to me that's a rookie mistake because you really don't know. It actually had trouble here and was failing to push it. 1, 2, 3, 15 minutes it failed. But, the 9 was still moving up. So I knew this trade was probably going to be in trouble. The 9, the 20, and the VWAP is pushing up. So whenever that happens, I just need to just start getting out. If it's 10 cents, 10 cents on 1,000 shares is $100. you know, Somehow, and this is what happens to me when I start losing money. I start thinking about the big profits that I'm making at the end of the month, and I forget about these little profits that got me there. And this is what teaches me how to trade in a market that we're in now, is to take these small gains because they add up. And all I'm trying to do is grow my account by the end of the month, wire out, split the money up like I normally do, and grind it out again. And to me, it keeps me sharp, keeps me fresh, and keeps me hungry. And you have to be hungry, but you have to be able to be disciplined as well. You have to pick your battles. You have to be a sniper. You have to be, an apex predator, and you just have to be there, lying in wait, quiet, and strike when you can strike. And some of these are questionable. Here I don't have the volume, coming up like I want to. The volume is all over the place. Even though it's over, 200,000, it's just all over the place. So that wasn't one. The RSI never gotten oversold. I mean, it was close, and I've traded these in the past, and they've worked out. Or I've at least, when it hits the 200, I just respect it so much that I just felt this when this came back, it was gonna knock it back to the 9, and that would have been a nice little, grab for me, a nice little base hit. And but everything just looked bad on this. It wasn't really up to my setup. This is only 3 candles. It's not 4, and I need a minimum of 4. So all of these are really, I didn't put all of the pieces together at the onset. I looked at the volume and I said, okay, the volume I'm not gonna worry about. Then I looked at the RSI. It's not an oversold, but I think I can get a little pop down. This 200 is gonna push it down. And it was just a lot of things that I didn't do right that I kind of convinced myself that this was a good trade to take. Now, yeah, had I taken it here off the fail push of this level, this would have been a nice trade. I definitely would have taken some off here in the 20s and been in the money. But, just the plan that I had just didn't work on this. And that's something that I have to go back and look and, you know, assess and see if there's something that I could have done differently. So this will definitely be on my list to play back on the weekend and just watch the market again and see if there's some clues that I could have picked up on that would have kept me out of this trade. But I just get the feeling that I just wanted to trade something and I just picked the wrong thing to trade. The only good thing going for me so far this month is my swing trade that I got into Friday is producing, is doing what I wanted it to do. I shorted it this day, tried to trade it some this day, and I held overnight. And in the morning it got down a little bit. I was able to take profit here in the 60s, and then I flipped it long for my swing trade because I'm looking for this to come up and push through into the new high. This company had some solid news. I didn't get into the technicals. The fundamentals because I'm not a fundamentals trader. But the technicals look good. I like the news, and it was just setting up. It bounced off of support here, and recovered, and it recovered, over these levels that aren't really as significant, but it recovered. And once it got over here, it got over this. The penny it got, the second it started to breach this and make a new high, I went ahead and got in. I'm entertaining adding if it breaks and holds. If it fails tomorrow, I'm gonna take it off. If it tests this 70s level and it fails it, and it tests it again and it fails, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off because this is a nice. My entry is at 10 in the 1070. If I get a 1270, that's 2 points. That's $2 on 2,000 shares of this. So that's a pretty good lick. I wouldn't cry about that. But I'm thinking this is gonna push. This is why I got in this swing trade, is that I'm looking for it to push through this level, push through the high, and continue to make a run up. So I'm gonna be keeping my eye on that to see if it does push and hold, or whether it tries to push it and it fails. Then I'll go ahead and take some of this position off. The good thing is this isn't a short, so I don't have to worry about getting bought in. This MSB trader account, so I don't really have any problems with holding overnight. I'm not using margin on this. This is just my cash in that account, so I don't have any fees that I'm paying, holding it. So I feel pretty good about this. And again, that's my only bright spot. I'll be back in chat bright and early again tomorrow morning, and I'll be in all day. I think Monday I just wasn't locked in, from the weekend, and then today I was out in traffic court most of the day, so I came in the market behind. And normally when I come in like that, I just don't trade, but I've got an illness. I got that trading fever, so just like everybody else, I'm gonna jump in a trade when it hits or when it presents itself. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So see you guys tomorrow in chat. Hope everybody has a great evening, a great night, or a great morning if you're on the other side of the world. And we'll see you later on. We'll see you tomorrow.